Can I have a map of South Sudan with all the rivers? You have it, I know, but you didn't bring yours. Okay, let me start with the eastern part of South Sudan. Kuren. How many of you have gone to Kuren? Okay, 6, 8. There is a river called Kure River. It flows between two mountains for 50 kilometers. When it discharges into the plains, the two mountains, the distance between them is about 100 kilometers. The Kuren River feeds into Pibo River. Kaneti also goes and meets with the Kure River just south of Pibor. There's another river, Singata, also feeds into that. They all meet there and make a depression. This is where most of our wildlife, when they come down from the Boma Plateau, they pass there, some wanting more water, continue up to Pibor, some continue up to the Nile. This by itself is a basin. It's a basin. We do not control it because we have no mechanism to control it. There is a thinking that we should build a dam in Kuren. There's also a thinking that we should build a dam in the other river near Torit, which is the one I mentioned. Kaneti. Yes. The Chinese are doing something on it. Now, this is an effort to control our rivers in the east. When these rivers come to Pibor, they create Pibor River. Then they meet with Akobo River, just a little bit east of Akobo. And they flow, or it flows, and they meet Gilo, coming from the areas of Punyidu. By the way, these rivers are silted with sedimentation because nobody has cleaned it, nobody is taking care of them. So a lot of sedimentation has taken place. What is the result? Floods in Pibor, floods in Akobo, floods in Wanding. Then when it moves forward, it meets the Baro River. And Baro River is composed or is made up of two rivers, or even three. The Baro itself, the Joko, and the river that comes from Thiajak. Then they come and meet with the river coming from Akobo to form Sobat. Now, we have no way to control it. This river Sobat, because you have no place to establish a dam. Professor Tai told you there is, you, it need, to build a dam, you need a strong foundation. Or you have to do piling, you see, which he said is expensive. So our eastern river, which is Sobat, finally, which is the Sobat Basin, there's no way of controlling it. The only little water which we can control is the one in Kurin, where you can build a dam. Now, I want to move to the rivers west of Bahar al-Jabal. Yei River flows from Yei, it goes to Mundri, from Mundri, it goes to Yorul. It is called Payi there. There are lakes in Yorul. Those lakes are silted. Fully, they have become very shallow. The fishing that used to be there is not that extensive now. And this is because of siltation. And we have no means of controlling it at all, although there are 4 spots south of Mundri where there are 4 cataracts. But then the volume of water that you will be controlling would be few, because it is so much south. But all in all, if needs be, then you will have to choose one of the cataracts to build a dam to control the flooding that comes from Yei River. If you move westwards, you go to Bahar Nam. Bahar Nam moves between and crosses between Yorul and Rumbek. Where there is a bridge today is also silted. It is silted, and it moves and makes a border between Unity and lakes. Then it creates floods between lakes and Unity State. You have the Gay River. The Gay River also comes from Equatoria, and when it reaches the Tujis, and it makes a border between it at the Tuj, between Warab and lakes, it spreads out, but it is a big river, and it floods part of Luenjang and Unity State. You move to Tonj River, which goes to Mushra. And by the way, these 3 rivers, Bahar Nam, Gale, and Tonj River, they all meet at a place called Abadi, which is a lake. That lake is now silted. During the War of Liberation, I had to cross it without a canoe, you know. But 3 rivers meet there. And it is 40 years ago, or nearly 40 years ago, that Lake Abadi is silted. Now we are talking of dredging in Bahar Nam. Bahar Nam is Bahar Gizal. It also has a system. The most blocked place and the worst is between Lake Abadi and Gogrial, where you don't see the channel itself. You don't see it. It has spread. So even the 30 kilometers or dredging between Bentiu and Wankei doesn't solve the problem behind. It does not solve it. Because the main cause of the river, which is Naharjur, the Denka call it Agur, is already blocked in it. And this is the main cause of the river where the steamers, which Taban was talking about, they used to go up to Wow. Now, if the story I'm telling you is nearly 40 years ago, that is 1988, I walked there. What is the situation now? I was shown flooding because of one rain in Mayom yesterday. I wish that could be shown here. So you are most likely going to have unity state in a spot, and it happened the last rainy season. What do? You must open the course. You must open it. Or else that big land mass will be flooded. The problem with the Baharagizar River basin is that you have no place to control it. If you take the tributaries, the ones coming from northern Baharagizan, the Bahar Arab, the Lol, when they come and meet near Mayom, and they pass Mayom, they spread out, trying to arrive to Wankei. And the Agur itself, before it reaches the place which I told you is blocked, it changes course through a river called Mabit. If some of you have heard of a place called Mangolapuk, it changes direction once it knows that, once it finds that there is no course of water, it changes direction. Mabit River, the year I saw it, was faster than the Agur. And it had dug itself. So it was changing course to go and meet with the Lol River. And in the process, floods most parts of Twit in that. So it is not unity state alone. It is Warab, it's part of lakes. As for Fangak, the Zaraf River is blocked. You might have heard of a steamer or a boat which was impounded by some forces trying to open the Zaraf River. They couldn't because they did it the wrong way. They tried to push the weeds from the southern part. But if they were pulling the weeds from the other side, then they would have succeeded. So this is the state of our rivers. The state of our rivers. What do? We must clean them. We must dredge them.